In this video, I'm going to share with you how I went from this to this with the help of my amazing coach, Tracy Larby, and she's going to share with you her top tips for weight loss success for women over the age of 40. Hello and welcome to my channel, fam. I'm Melissa Neill and I'm a fitness influencer with a difference. My channel is about helping women like you and me over the age of 40 get into the best shape of their life. And yes, it is possible. I'm 53. And if you like the sound of that, please do give me a follow on Instagram and do DM me if you decide to do that. I would love to hear from you. Give this video the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to get more videos like this. In this video, I wanted to be honest with you guys and share with you that I have a fitness coach and she's absolutely amazing, and I wanted to get her onto the channel to talk about the work that she does with women over the age of 40 and share her tips with you. It's just incredible what she's done for me, and I'm hoping that she can do the same for you by just watching some of her tips. So why do I have a fitness coach? Well, back last year I was in pretty good shape. I'll put a picture up now, not bad, but I wanted to compete in a bikini competition. I wanted a way of getting to the next level. I wanted to have a muscular toned physique, and I really felt, although I was doing lots of training, I was going into the gym every day and I was watching what I eat. Actually, you'll find out in the video that my calories were too low, and that was part of the problem. So what I decided to do 11 weeks before a show that I'd actually entered was hire myself a coach to get me in the kind of shape that you need to be as a bikini competitor. That what I was like when I came to you, and within 11 weeks of the first show, and then now I just feel like I've really improved. My fitness has improved. I look so much better. I've got a good amount of muscle on me. I'm not afraid to have muscle on me because I understand it's going to make me look better. It's going to work for my metabolism. So I definitely think it's worth the investment. Depends what your goals are. You don't necessarily have to be competing. I'm not competing at the moment, am I? And I've still got you as a coach. And I need that accountability, and I'm just not going to make the progress on my own as I would, because I'd spent a certain amount of time on my own before I had a coach. Before I met you, I was on my own for a couple of months. And I feel you sort of get yourself to a certain level, and then there's a point where you just need to bring somebody else in, an outside perspective that's got all the knowledge, the skills and the experience to get you where you want to be.
I found with the whole COVID situation, it has been really hard. It's been so hard because people's motivation levels are they're just not there. They're surrounded by the temptation and comforts at home. So I would say if you can afford a coach during this, time, do go for it. Because I've been really pleased at how you've come on at home, even though it's so much harder. But I know a lot of people are struggling. So it's just that other level of accountability and group support that just, helps you to get going at home.
But Tracy doesn't just work with bikini competitors. She works with women all over the world. She's quite a renowned coach, and she's got clients based mainly in the USA and the UK. That's her core market, but then other parts of Europe. And not only does she work with bikini competitors, but she actually works with what she calls lifestyle clients. So those are everyday people that perhaps want to lose weight, maybe get ready for a photo shoot. They're not bikini competitors, they're not athletes. And I'm going to link actually up above, I did a video on somebody called AO that Tracy works with that had £100 weight loss, which is absolutely incredible. In fact, it was more than £100, it was £110. So she's worked with so many different kinds of people. I wanted to get her in to talk about women over the age of 40, what she does with us, what kind of problems we might have that she's got to address, and how she sort of gets us into shape. Tracy is not a typical fitness coach. She doesn't have a typical fitness coach background. Tracy's background is actually that she had a lot of health problems and she was actually quite overweight herself. She was overweight by around 90 pounds, which is 40 kilos, as she says. She talks about this in the video.
I've approached fitness or come into fitness through my own health issues that I had in my late teens, early 20s. It was about 5 years in and out of hospital. I'd been on bed rest for 5 years. I'd gained 40 kilos through all of the treatments that I had, having a condition that affects your eyesight, your mobility, your lungs, your heart. And I started studying fitness again because it had always been my passion, but something that had been really discouraged. I'm from a West African background and we just don't do that thing. But while I was in hospital and throughout my recovery, that whole journey of learning to lose that 40 kilos and falling in love with fitness and passion, I thought, actually, you know what? I'm going to study fitness properly. I'm going to study nutrition. But then I had sort of friends and family asking for my help, and it started from there. It started with helping my mum lose 20 kilos herself. She was in her 60s at the time with diabetes, and her doctor had told her to lose weight, and it all kind of just grew through there.
I asked Tracy what it was I was doing wrong when I came to her and what she put in place to help me get into that fantastic shape that she did.
So for me, my view was that you were on really low calories for quite a length of time. And we still had 11 weeks, which is short to prepare for a show, but it's a long time if you've already been on low calories. So my first concern was building back your metabolism, even though we had a very short time to do it before then cutting for the show. You hear people doing 3 hours of cardio a day, and that is simply not necessary. I always kind of focus on performance, agility, and strength. And the combination of those together gets the metabolism working, because the stronger and faster you are, the leaner that you get.
Tracy also told me what she puts in place for women over the age of 40 when we're going through the menopause and the perimenopause, and what kind of things she puts in place to help us get through that, because sometimes trying to transform your body when you're going through the menopause or the perimenopause can pose some problems, can't it?
A lot of people put the over 40s or the over 50s into one bracket. I don't. I look at their background. I look at them as individuals rather than doing things specifically for the over 40s. You're telling me that you have hormonal disruption, or I'm seeing things like extreme bloating at certain time of the month, weird energy levels. Then I do look at supplements. These are normally things for joint health, heart health, and I use a supplement called DIM, and this helps with estrogen regulation. So that's one of the things that goes off most when you're menopausal or perimenopausal. Putting lots of good quality sources of fats in the meal plans really, really helps, particularly for the over 40s. Fats do really help to regulate hormonal health. If you're somebody who has that instability because it's that certain age, fats do such a fantastic job of regulating that and just give you that energy, make you feel good, your hair, skin and nails. Us women, as you know, we work in cycles. There's so many things that could throw us off balance, can cause delayed periods, missed periods, and then these result in your hunger spiking, your energy levels dropping, and you just holding on to weight, fats, especially in the lower part of your body.
Tracy says that many women over the age of 40 fear weight training in the gym and are frightened of muscle development. And the other aspect that she comes across, they're scared to eat too much food. I'll let Tracy explain more.
So the big one for me is a huge lack of understanding around weight training. I have this conversation at least once a month with a new client, where they said, okay, I've looked at my plan, I've got legs in there twice a week or maybe 3 times a week. I don't want to get really big. I just want to be toned. I don't want to put on too much muscle. I'm scared. Like, I love your physique, but I don't want to get that big. And I'm like, it is not possible. So putting on muscle takes years. It really does take years. And after 30, it's an even slower process. Weightlifting is one of those things that women should not fear. It makes you stronger. It makes your bones stronger. If you're looking for that toned shape, that's not tone, that's muscle. That's putting on muscle in the right places. That's dropping fat. The more lean muscle mass you have, the stronger your metabolism is. Don't fear putting on muscle. There is nothing wrong with putting on muscle, but it's the fear of becoming a really big sort of bodybuilder looking female. That's what holds ladies back over 40. The second one is being afraid to eat. A lot of ladies think that they don't eat much, so they say, oh, I only eat twice a day, but those 2 meals maybe, I don't know, they have 800 calories of extras on top in terms of sauces and dips and a dessert that you've forgotten about, and it's dotted along the day with 4 different 400 calorie Starbucks drinks and a little nibble of the kids' meals, etc. So when they see all the food on the plan, they're like, God, I'm going to blow up. I can't eat all of that. I can't eat all of that. I'm not going to get results if I keep eating. So there's that hesitation. But what they don't realize is that if you fuel your body with really healthy, nutritious foods, you're going to be fueling the workout. You're going to be putting your body in the right condition to build muscle, to drop fat. But most importantly, you're going to be less tempted to eat crap. And quite frankly, after a certain age, the less crap that you eat, the better, because your body doesn't like it. It's going to store it in places that you don't want it to be. And it's already a little bit harder to lose weight the older you get. So you want to be giving yourself the best kind of possible chance. So don't fear food. You need to forget the idea of diets. Diets do not work. Diets are short term. For me, it's a lifestyle and eating according to your goals. So it's kind of coming out of that mentality of crash dieting, switching it onto this is a lifestyle change. It doesn't have to be boring. Fitness foods does not have to be chicken and broccoli. It can be colorful, can be bright. Get out of the mindset of dieting, quick weight loss, going into cycles of starving, binging, none of that. Just think, these are small lifestyle changes that I can sustain, I can maintain, I can feel good year round.
I asked Tracy about the benefits of having a coach. I wanted her to point out from a professional point of view what the benefits are.
So having a coach means you're tapping into their knowledge, their expertise. They know how to get you where you want to go. In 3 months, you're going to learn from them, you're going to grow from them, you're going to stop yourself over dieting, over training, or under training is a big one as well. And you have that level of accountability. You've got someone to say, yes, you look absolutely bang on. You do. You need a reason to do it, because a lot of people kind of wait till they get to a certain stage where they think, God, it's been a month and I haven't done anything, and I thought the gyms would be open and I've put on 6 kilos and they then approach it from an unhealthy mindset, like, oh, I've got to do this. Whereas I always think I get to do this. There's a big difference between the two terms. So I always think we should be doing things out of love and celebration of what our bodies can do, rather than this kind of hateful, I hate the way I look. For me, when you change that mindset, you achieve so much more through positivity. Dieting in itself is one of the hardest things you can do. It's so hard on your mindset. If you don't have that strong why, if you don't feel it like from your heart, if it's not motivating you in the morning, you're going to fail. You're going to start self-sabotaging. You're going to think, well, I'm never going to get my dream physique, so I might as well just have this cake, or etc., etc. So you've got to do it from a place of love.
And then Tracy's going to go on and explain what you should do to hire a coach. I'll link below Tracy's details, and they're up on the screen as well. But if you're going to hire a coach, actually talk to their clients. That would be my top tip.
One of the mistakes I see women making when it comes to picking a coach is that they'll have a look at the client and they'll think, wow, yes, he's got this Olympian, these pros, and they're all kind of 19 to 25. They're all kind of working in gyms. They have, 4 hours to train, or they already look really fantastic before they join the coach. Have a look at what they do with women who look like you. Do they have your same starting point? Do they have your same sort of challenges in life? Are they a mother? Are they a full-time professional working 10 hours a day, etc.? So don't just look at the wow clients. Everybody has them that they show, every coach has them that they showcase on their page. Look at what can they do for Susan, mum of 2, from Houston, who has a weekend job, looks after the grandkids on a Friday night. Not just the star athletes as well. Look at somebody who can work with the foods that you like to eat as well. People fall off on diets because they are so bored of the whole kind of chicken, fish, broccoli, and if you're lucky, rice. Can they work with the foods that fit your usual lifestyle, but make them a lot more macro friendly? So you just have to like and get on with them as a person. So there's a really thin line here in that your coach should be someone who is approachable, but always remember that it's still a professional relationship. Your coach cannot be your best friend, but they are very much your guide. The reason I say a coach cannot be your best friend is that it's harder to be accountable to your best friend. So you should be on a consultation call with them anyway, just to get a feel of them as a person. But yeah, check out their content, speak to their clients, make sure they can get results for women who do look like you. The ones that boast of having 250 to 500 clients, like my old coach did, it is not humanly possible for one coach to coach 500 clients. There's no way.
I'd love to hear from you on what you would like me to cover in any future videos. Please do comment below. Do give this video the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to get the bell notifications. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you, and I always reply to my DMs. It might not be straight away because if you're living in the USA and I live in the UK, there's a bit of a time difference, so I could be asleep. But if I'm awake, I'll definitely reply to you, so I'd love to hear from you.